Welcome back to Stoic Wisdom TV. Hey there, I'm so glad you're here today because we're diving into something truly transformative, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism and how it can empower women to navigate the complexities of modern life with grace, strength, and purpose. Stoicism isn't just a set of old-school ideas meant for philosophers or men in ancient Rome. It's a universal, timeless framework that breaks through gender barriers, offering women practical tools to achieve holistic well-being and build a life that's not only fuller but deeply meaningful. Its principles aren't exclusive to any one group. They're a powerful guide for female empowerment, helping you improve your life while also setting a shining example for those around you. In today's video, we're going to explore 10 Stoic lessons that can lead you to become a better woman, a woman who lives with intention, inspires others, and thrives in every aspect of her life. So, grab a cozy drink, settle in, and let's embark on this journey of inspiration together. Stick with me to the end, and I promise you'll walk away with actionable wisdom you can start applying right now. Let's dive in. Before we jump into the lessons, let's ground ourselves in the core of Stoicism, its four cardinal virtues. These aren't just abstract concepts or pretty words to toss around. They are the foundation of a life that's rich, balanced, and deeply fulfilling. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. And these virtues can guide you in every decision, interaction, and challenge you face. Wisdom equips you with the clarity to make sound choices, whether you're deciding on a career move, resolving a conflict, or simply choosing how to spend your day. Justice ensures you act with integrity and fairness, treating others with respect and standing up for what's right, even when it's inconvenient. Courage gives you the strength to confront your fears, whether that's pursuing a bold dream, having a tough conversation, or pushing through adversity. And temperance keeps you centered, helping you maintain emotional balance and avoid the traps of excess, like overindulging in material things or letting your emotions spiral out of control. When you weave these virtues into your daily life, you're not just improving yourself, you're stepping closer to the woman you've always wanted to be. A woman who embodies wisdom, fairness, bravery, and balance becomes a beacon of inspiration, showing others what it means to live with purpose and integrity. As we explore these 10 lessons, keep these virtues in mind. They'll be your guiding light on this journey of growth and empowerment. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies a profound truth: the most enduring and authentic form of influence comes not from eloquent words or persuasive arguments, but from the quiet power of your actions. Leading by example is a cornerstone of Stoicism, and for a woman seeking to embody this ancient wisdom, it's a transformative act of leadership that resonates far beyond the fleeting noise of daily life. A Stoic woman doesn't merely speak of virtues like wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. She lives them, weaving them into the fabric of her every decision, interaction, and moment of adversity. When your actions consistently reflect these principles, you create a ripple effect that touches everyone around you, demonstrating the profound importance of integrity and alignment between what you profess to value and how you choose to live. You're not just talking about a better way, you're embodying it, and in doing so, you become a living testament to the Stoic ideal that true change begins within. Picture yourself in a high-pressure environment, perhaps a workplace where negativity has taken root. Colleagues are gossiping, tensions are high, and the atmosphere feels toxic. The easy path would be to join in, venting your frustrations or pointing fingers, or perhaps to step in with a lecture about how everyone should behave. But a Stoic woman takes a different approach, one grounded in the philosophy's emphasis on controlling what is within her power, her own character. She focuses inward, ensuring her words are kind, her actions are rooted in integrity, and her demeanor exudes compassion, even when the situation tests her patience. She doesn't waste her energy trying to force others to change or engaging in fruitless criticism of their shortcomings. Instead, she channels that energy into cultivating her own moral excellence, becoming a beacon of light in the darkness. Her colleagues might not immediately follow suit, but over time, her consistent example, her refusal to engage in gossip, her fairness in resolving conflicts, her calm amidst the storm plants seeds of reflection in those around her. They begin to question their own behavior, inspired by the quiet strength and dignity she embodies. This principle of leading by example aligns with a core Stoic teaching. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. As Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, famously advised, "Don't waste any more time arguing about what a good woman should be. Be one." This isn't about perfection or projecting an image, it's about authenticity. When you're faced with a decision, whether it's as mundane as how to respond to a ruddy mail or as significant as choosing a career path, pause and reflect. Does this choice align with the virtues I hold dear? Am I acting with honesty, justice, compassion, and courage? In a world obsessed with appearance where social media likes and public perception often dictate self-worth, a Stoic woman remains unswayed by such superficial measures. She knows that fleeting opinions and external validation are beyond her control and, as Epictetus taught, not worth her concern. What matters is the lasting impact of her actions, which, when guided by principle, leave an indelible mark on the hearts and minds of those around her. Consider the small, everyday moments where this lesson comes to life. Maybe you're at a family gathering and a heated debate starts to brew over a divisive topic. Instead of jumping in with a sharp retort or trying to prove your point, you model the Stoic virtue of temperance by listening attentively, speaking thoughtfully, and steering the conversation toward understanding rather than conflict. Your calm presence doesn't just diffuse the tension, it shows others what it looks like to prioritize peace over winning. Or perhaps you're mentoring a younger woman in your community, and instead of lecturing her on how to navigate life's challenges, you let her see how you handle setbacks with grace, how you treat others with fairness, and how you pursue your goals with courage. Your example becomes her inspiration, far more powerful than any advice you could give. By leading with integrity, you become a role model not just for other women, but for everyone in your sphere of influence. You show what it means to live with moral excellence, to prioritize character over convenience, and to create a legacy of virtue that endures far longer than words ever could. In a society that often rewards loudness and bravado, the Stoic woman's quiet, consistent example stands as a powerful testament to the transformative power of living. In alignment with your deepest values, your actions rooted in wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance become a lighthouse, guiding others toward a better way of being, not through force or judgment, but through the undeniable strength of your character. In a world that often glorifies the relentless pursuit of external markers of success, whether it's climbing the corporate ladder, amassing social media followers, or achieving the next big milestone, Stoicism offers a refreshing and grounding perspective. True fulfillment lies not in the applause of the world, but in the quiet, intentional way you show up in the roles that define your life. As a woman, you embody a constellation of identities: daughter, sister, mother, partner, friend, colleague, neighbor, and community member, each one a sacred thread in the tapestry of your existence. Stoicism teaches us to turn our focus inward, away from the fleeting validation of external recognition, and toward the cultivation of our character and the meaningful contributions we can make in these roles, rather than chasing the spotlight. A Stoic woman seeks to leave an indelible mark through her actions, pouring her energy into being the best she can be in every role she plays, and finding purpose in the impact she creates through her presence and wisdom. Imagine the richness of a life where each role you inhabit is approached with deep attention, authenticity, and Stoic virtue. As a mother, you offer your children not just love, but patient guidance, helping them grow into their own with a steady hand and an understanding heart. Embodying the wisdom and temperance that Stoicism champions, you're there for the small moments, helping with homework, listening to their fears, celebrating their victory, showing them what it means to be a steady, compassionate presence. As a daughter, you honor your parents with gratitude and support, reflecting the justice of valuing those who have shaped you, even when it requires sacrifice or effort. Maybe that means calling your mom just to check in, or helping your dad with a project around the house, showing appreciation through your actions rather than words alone. As a partner, you stand beside your loved one through life's highs and lows, bringing your full humanity to each moment. Your joys, your vulnerabilities, your unwavering commitment demonstrate the courage to be truly present. You're not just going through the motions, you're fully engaged, showing up with your whole heart. whether you're sharing a quiet evening together or navigating a challenging season. This approach creates a web of responsibilities that doesn't constrain you, but enriches every facet of your life, built on the relationships you nurture, the contributions you make, and the opportunities you embrace at every turn. It's about showing up fully, without the burden of societal expectations dictating what a perfect woman should be. Stoicism encourages you to release perfectionism and rigid timelines. Whether it's the pressure to marry by a certain age, have children on a prescribed schedule, or achieve career milestones by societal standards and instead focus on authenticity, giving each moment the care, devotion, and intentionality it deserves. As a friend, you might be the one who listens without judgment, offering a safe space for someone to share their struggles, or the one who shows up with a home-cooked meal when a loved one is going through a tough time. As a colleague, you bring integrity to your work, supporting your team with fairness and wisdom, even when the pressure is on. This lesson extends beyond your immediate relationships to your broader aspiration. If you're driven by a passion for a career or a cause, pursue it wholeheartedly. Stoicism reminds us not to let ambition overshadow the foundational duties that ground us. By nurturing your relationships, caring for yourself, and showing up fully in your roles, you're laying a solid foundation upon which your dreams can take root and flourish. For example, if you're working toward a big career goal, like starting your own business, you don't let that pursuit pull you away from being a present mother, a supportive partner, or a reliable friend. Instead, you balance your ambitions with your responsibilities, ensuring that your pursuit of success doesn't come at the expense of the people who matter most. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher whose wisdom echoes through the ages, wrote, "What we do now echoes in eternity. The honor and fulfillment of womanhood aren't found in the fleeting glory of fame, or external accolades. They are discovered in the quiet, diligent way you embody kindness, wisdom, and grace in every role you play. Find meaning in the small, everyday acts that shape your life, via a warm conversation with a friend, a moment of support for a struggling colleague, a shared laugh with your family, and let your character shine through every humble action. Maybe it's taking the time to teach your child a life lesson through a story, or being the neighbor who organizes a community cleanup, showing others what it means to contribute with care. These moments, when lived with intention, create a legacy that endures far beyond the transient spotlight of worldly success. By focusing on the ground beneath your feet, mundane, beautiful duties that shape your day, you cultivate a life of quiet purpose, one that radiates excellence and service to those around you. Stoicism isn't about self-absorption or the relentless pursuit of personal gain. It's about aligning your life with a greater purpose, one that transcends your individual desires and connects you to the well-being of others. As a Stoic woman, you can find profound meaning in uplifting those around you, using your unique gifts, strengths, and compassion to make a positive impact. This lesson invites you to reflect deeply on how your experiences, talents, and wisdom can serve others, whether in your immediate circle or in the broader world. Maybe you're a natural encourager, always knowing the right words to lift a friend's spirits. Or perhaps you have a talent for teaching, able to break down complex ideas in a way that inspires growth. Whatever your strengths, Stoicism encourages you to wield them with intention, offering support, encouragement, and development to those who need it most. Start with the people closest to you, your family, friends, and loved ones. As a sister, you might offer wise advice to a sibling navigating a tough decision, helping them see the situation with clarity and perspective. As a friend, you could be the one who shows up with a listening ear, bearing the burden of a loved one's struggles without judgment, simply offering the gift of your full presence. These acts of service don't have to be grand gestures. Often, it's the small, consistent ways you show up that make the biggest difference. Maybe you notice your neighbor is overwhelmed and offer to help with their groceries, or you take the time to mentor a younger woman in your community, sharing the lessons you've learned on your own journey. By developing meaningful bonds through your presence and compassion, you create a ripple effect of positivity that strengthens the relationships in your life. But don't stop there. You expand your gaze to the needs in your local community and society that resonate with your passions and abilities. Stoicism teaches us to align our actions with the greater good, and as a woman, you have a unique perspective and voice to contribute to causes that matter. Get involved with organizations or activism that pursue values like equality, justice, or sustainability. Perhaps you're passionate about education and volunteer to tutor underprivileged children, or you care deeply about environmental issues and join a local group to advocate for greener practices. Apply your knowledge, time, and energy creatively to address social challenges, but always do so responsibly. Before you can pour into others, make sure your own cup is full. Prioritize your health, growth, and self-care. You can't give generously if you're running on empty. And Stoicism emphasizes the importance of balance. Avoid the trap of becoming so inwardly focused that you lose sight of the world around you. Instead, seek a harmony between caring for yourself and cultivating purpose beyond your own needs. When challenges arise, whether in your personal life or in the lives of those around you, focus on how you can be a source of strength, healing, and wisdom. Be a refuge for those who are struggling, whether they're family members, friends, or even strangers. Maybe a co-worker is going through a tough time, and you take the time to check in, offering a kind word or a practical solution. Or perhaps you encounter someone in your community who's facing hardship, and you step in with a helping hand. Whether that's organizing support or simply offering a moment of connection, your compassion and presence can be a lifeline, reminding others that they're not alone in their trials. By serving others with intention, you not only enrich their lives, but also discover a deeper sense of purpose in your own purpose that transcends personal ambition and connects you to something greater. This act of service, rooted in Stoic principles, becomes a powerful way to live out the virtues of justice and wisdom, creating a legacy of impact that extends far beyond yourself. Life is a tapestry woven with inevitable challenges, obstacles, illness, loss, unfair treatment, and each thread of adversity has the power to test your character and reveal the hidden strength within you. As a Stoic woman, you don't shy away from these trials. You face them with courage, ingenuity, and perspective, viewing them not as insurmountable barriers, but as opportunities for growth. When a daunting challenge arises, whether it's a career setback, a personal loss, or a societal injustice, arrest the instinctive reactions of discouragement or resignation that might tempt you to give up. Instead, resolve to endure the storm with wisdom, patience, and even a touch of good cheer, embodying the Stoic belief that what we cannot control must be accepted, but how we respond is always within our power. No matter how tough the circumstances, let adversity refine you, not define you. As you tap into the resilience that Stoicism nurtures, treat every obstacle as a chance to embody the Stoic virtues. Show boldness in your actions, uphold justice in your decisions, demonstrate resilience in your spirit, and lead with balance. Society often places unfair pressures on women, expecting you to conform, to shrink, or to prioritize others at the expense of your own well-being. But every difficulty you overcome expands your capacity exponentially, proving that you're stronger than the forces that seek to hold you back. With practice, facing trials head-on teaches you to prevail, even through the fiercest storms, by unlocking the power and wisdom that lie dormant within you. When suffering arises, it inevitably will not numb yourself or avoid the pain through distraction, denial, or suppression. Instead, listen to your emotions with patience, allowing your pain, anger, or grief to surface, expand, and release naturally like waves in the ocean. Pain has its own rhythm, and by giving it space to breathe, you'll find calm returning in time. As Stoicism teaches us to accept the natural cycles of life, when challenges feel relentless, break them down into small, manageable steps, focusing on taking the next right action. If you're dealing with a financial struggle, for example, don't let the weight of the entire situation overwhelm you. Instead, focus on one task at a time, creating a budget, reaching out for support, or exploring new opportunities, playing one foot in front of the other with intention. Progress might be slow, but inch by inch, those steps will carry you miles. Imagine you're facing a health challenge, and the road to recovery feels daunting. A Stoic woman doesn't let despair take over. She focuses on what she can control, following her treatment plan, nourishing her body, and maintaining a positive mindset while accepting what she cannot change. As the saying goes, courage is grace under pressure, and when you learn to face trials with poise and determination, you emerge wiser, stronger, and more composed. Think of the pressures of life as the forces that shape a diamond. Your light shines even brighter after you've conquered a long, dark night. Maybe you've lost a job, and the uncertainty feels suffocating. But you use the opportunity to reassess your goals, learn new skills, and emerge with a renewed sense of purpose. Or perhaps you've faced unfair treatment, and instead of letting it break you, you channel your energy into advocating for change, becoming a voice for others who've experienced the same. Through sheer perseverance, you glimpse the dawn after the storm, and that resilience becomes a testament to your growth. Stoicism teaches us that adversity isn't the end, it's a forge that shapes you into a stronger, more capable version of yourself, ready to face whatever comes next with unwavering strength. In a world that often equates happiness with materialism, appearances, and endless ambition, Stoicism offers a refreshing counterpoint. True joy doesn't come from external things, it comes from within, from appreciating the simple, profound gifts that life offers every day. As a Stoic woman, avoid tying your worth or happiness to material possessions, status, or constant stimulation, which can leave you feeling empty and unfulfilled. Instead, cultivate a deep satisfaction in life's most basic yet meaningful pleasures, the ones that nourish your soul in ways that wealth and luxury never can. Pause amid the hustle of daily life and take time to notice the small joys that are available to everyone. The warmth of a loved one's embrace, the sound of unbridled laughter with close friends, the soothing melody of birds singing at dusk, or the fresh, earthy scent of rain on a quiet evening. These moments, though simple, are the threads that weave a tapestry of true contentment. It's so easy to take these wonders for granted, especially when society pushes you to chase bigger, flashier goals, a bigger house, a fancier car, a more impressive title. But Stoicism invites you to slow down and savor the time you spend connecting with family and friends, being fully present in their company. Imagine sitting around the dinner table with your loved ones, sharing stories and laughter, with no distractions from your phone or the pressures of work. That moment of connection, of truly seeing and being seen, is worth more than any material possession. Simplify your life by decluttering just your physical space, but your priorities. Refocus each day on the relationships and practices that truly feed your spirit, rather than chasing status or luxury that leaves you hollow. Maybe that means setting aside time each week to call a friend, to go for a walk in nature, or to engage in a hobby that brings you joy, like painting or gardening. Cultivate a daily practice of gratitude for the miracles of your body, your senses, your mobility, your ability to heal. In a world that bombards us with negativity, gratitude shifts your perspective, helping you appreciate what you have and counteracting the dissatisfaction that can creep in. Be thankful for your eyes that let you witness the vibrant colors of a sunset, your ears that fill with the magic of music, your hands that allow you to create and connect. A simpler life, centered on community and character, often brings far more fulfillment than the pursuit of wealth. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, "Set your mind to gain peace of mind by cultivating integrity and wisdom before desiring wealth." True happiness lies not in endless acquisition, but in the meaning you find in life's daily blessings. Consider the joy of a quiet morning, sipping coffee as the sun rises, or the peace of a walk in the park, where you can feel the breeze on your skin and hear the rustle of leaves. These experiences don't require wealth or status, they are available to everyone, and yet they're often overlooked in the rush of modern life. By appreciating these simple pleasures, you anchor yourself in the present, finding contentment in what's already within your reach. The Stoic practice not only brings you peace, but also sets an example for others, showing them that happiness doesn't come from what you have, it comes from how you choose to live. Stoicism teaches that growth doesn't happen by accident, it comes from intentional self-awareness, a willingness to look within and examine your thoughts, actions, and motivations with honesty and compassion. To become a better woman, set aside time each day to reflect on your inner world, not with harsh judgment, but with a desire to understand where you can strengthen your character and embody greater wisdom. This practice of self-reflection is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, helping you avoid complacency and stagnation by illuminating the areas where you can grow. Look for patterns in your behavior. Are there old weaknesses like gossip, jealousy, or impatience that keep resurfacing? Are there new virtues like patience, discretion, or compassion that you're beginning to cultivate? Track your progress with a gentle eye, celebrating your growth while remaining humble about the journey ahead. Each night before bed, take a few moments to review your day with intention. Ask yourself, did I act in alignment with my highest values and purpose? Did I allow myself to be distracted by selfish impulses or worldly concerns, like worrying about what others think of me? Reflect on your interactions and choices while they're still fresh in your mind, noting the lessons you've learned. Maybe you snapped at a loved one in a moment of stress, and upon reflection, you realize you could have responded with more patience, or perhaps you made a decision that felt out of alignment with your values, like agreeing to something just to please someone else. Make this practice of self-evaluation a habit, but avoid the trap of excessive self-criticism. The goal isn't to beat yourself up, it's to foster compassionate self-awareness, understanding your imperfections with patience and a commitment to improve. Progress happens slowly, but steadily when you approach growth with kindness toward yourself, recognizing that becoming your best self is a lifelong journey. This practice also allows you to celebrate your victories, no matter how small. Maybe you stayed calm in a stressful situation, or you showed kindness to someone who didn't expect it. Acknowledge these moments of authentic growth, but remain a humble apprentice, as Stoicism reminds us that there are always higher levels of wisdom, skill, and character to cultivate. As Socrates famously said, "An unexamined life is not worth living." This regular reflection builds essential self-knowledge, helping you discern and externalize your noblest qualities. Imagine the clarity that comes from understanding your triggers, your strengths, and your areas for growth. Maybe you realize that you often react impulsively when you're tired, and you commit to pausing before responding in those moments. Or perhaps you notice that you feel most fulfilled when you act with generosity, and you decide to seek out more opportunities to give. By consistently refining yourself through self-reflection, you become a woman who lives with greater intention and authenticity, embodying the Stoic virtues in every aspect of your life. One of the most liberating teachings of Stoicism is the call to live fully in the present moment, free from the burdens of the past and the anxieties of the future. It's so easy to get caught up in unproductive thoughts, dwelling on past regrets, nostalgia, shame, or guilt, or worrying endlessly about what might happen tomorrow, next week, or next year. But Stoicism reminds us that the past cannot be changed, and the future remains beyond our control. When you notice your mind drifting to these places, perhaps replaying a mistake you made at work, or imagining a worst-case scenario about an upcoming event, gently but firmly redirect your attention to the here and now. Honor the past by applying its lessons, then let go of attachment, and focus on the opportunities and duties of this exact moment, without exhausting your energy on hypothetical scenarios that may never come to pass. Mindfulness meditation is a powerful tool to strengthen this skill, and it's a practice that aligns beautifully with Stoic principles. Find a quiet space, sit comfortably, and focus on your breath. As thoughts arise, whether they're about a past argument or a future where you acknowledge them without judgment, then let them go, bringing your attention back to your breath. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly, and anchor yourself in the present moment. With practice, you'll train your mind to return to the here and now again and again, finding freshness and meaning in each experience. Living fully in the present doesn't just reduce stress, it makes every moment precious, allowing you to engage with life more deeply and authentically. Imagine you're spending time with your family, but your mind keeps wandering to a work deadline that's looming. Instead of being fully present, you're distracted, missing out on the laughter and connection right in front of you. A Stoic woman notices this drift and gently brings herself back to the moment, choosing to focus on the joy of being with her loved ones rather than the anxiety of what's to come. Or perhaps you're walking in nature, but you're replaying a conversation from yesterday, wishing you'd said something differently. Instead of staying stuck in that loop, you redirect your attention to the beauty around you, the rustle of leaves, the warmth of the sun, fully immersing yourself in the present. This practice of presence allows you to live more fully, to experience life as it unfolds, and to find peace in the reality of the moment, rather than the illusions of the past or future. In a world that often thrives on drama, where gossip and petty conflicts can easily dominate conversations and relationships, Stoicism offers a path of profound dignity for a woman seeking to rise above such distractions. As a Stoic woman, you're called to step away from the chaos of unnecessary interpersonal turmoil. Whether you're tempted to participate or find yourself cast as a victim, when conflict emerges but a misunderstanding with a friend, a heated disagreement at work, or a family dispute, choose the higher road of moderation, understanding, and maturity. As Stoicism teaches, if you notice resentment bubbling within you, or if you catch yourself replaying past slights, consciously release those grudges before they take root, rather than spiraling into thoughts of retribution or dwelling on how others have wronged you. Embrace the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control, your own response. Let go of the weight of bitterness and choose to move forward, recognizing that each new day offers a fresh opportunity to start anew, unburdened by the past. Equally important is your refusal to engage in the destructive cycle of gossip, excessive complaining, or tearing others down with harsh words. Stoicism reminds us that we all share the same human struggles. Or imperfections, mistakes, and shortcomings are part of the universal human experience. When tempted to speak ill of someone or judge them harshly for their failures, pause and reflect on your own vulnerabilities. Offer criticism only when it's truly necessary, and even then, let it be delivered with nuance, compassion, and a genuine desire to understand rather than condemn. This approach aligns with the Stoic virtue of justice, which calls for fairness and empathy in all interactions. When disputes arise, as they inevitably will, handle them with rational poise rather than reactive emotions. Avoid being drawn into prolonged, draining conflicts that sap your energy and compromise your inner peace. Instead, address disagreements with clarity and a calm demeanor, seeking resolution without letting ego or impulsivity take the lead. By steadfastly refusing to engage in pettiness or spread negativity, you embody the Stoic ideals of wisdom and inner strength, becoming a living example of integrity and maturity for others to follow. Your choice to rise above drama doesn't just protect your own tranquility, creates a ripple effect, inspiring those around you to reconsider their own behavior. Imagine a scenario where a group of friends begins to gossip about a mutual acquaintance. While others might eagerly join in, you quietly steer the conversation toward a more constructive topic, or simply excuse yourself from the discussion. Your actions speak volumes, demonstrating a commitment to building others up rather than tearing them down. Or perhaps a co-worker tries to pull you into a conflict by venting about another team member's mistakes. Instead of fueling the negativity, you respond with understanding, suggesting a solution-focused approach that benefits everyone. Over time, this consistency in character becomes a beacon, guiding others toward a more thoughtful and compassionate way of being. In a society that often amplifies conflict and sensationalism, the Stoic woman's refusal to indulge in such distractions is a powerful act of leadership that fosters trust, respect, and genuine connection in every relationship she nurtures. In a culture that often measures worth by external markers, social status, wealth, beauty, or the approval of a Stoicism offers a radical and empowering perspective. Your true value as a woman lies not in these fleeting, superficial things, but in the depth of your character, the virtues you cultivate, and the actions you take. Take a moment to examine your own mindset. Are you unconsciously tying your sense of self-worth to ego-driven markers like a prestigious job title, a degree from an elite institution, a high salary, or the number of likes on your latest post? These external aspects are temporary, beyond your control, and ultimately don't define your intrinsic value as a human being. Deep down, you know this to be true, and Stoicism helps you realign your focus on what truly matters, the eternal virtues that shape who you are at your core. Each day, prioritize the diligent cultivation of virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, moderation, honesty, and compassion. This process of inner evolution centered on refining the excellence of your soul provides a far deeper and more lasting sense of self-respect, fulfillment, and satisfaction than any amount of external validation ever could. Imagine someone who has achieved high social status through questionable means perhaps, They've climbed the corporate ladder by stepping on others or compromising their integrity. Despite their wealth and power, this person doesn't inspire genuine respect or admiration. Now contrast that with a woman who lives with integrity, compassion, and humility. Even in challenging circumstances, she may not have a fancy title or a big bank account, but her inner nobility shines through in the way she treats others, the way she handles adversity, and the way she lives her values every day. She's the one who earns true admiration, not because of what she has, but because of who she is. Cultivating your character and demonstrating your virtues in your daily conduct not only allows you to achieve intrinsic value, but also opens the door to genuine success and lasting happiness. True satisfaction comes not from external approval, but from the quiet awareness that you're living a life consistent with your values and making a positive contribution to the world with integrity. Maybe you're a teacher who pours her heart into her students, helping them grow not just academically but as human beings, or a volunteer who dedicates her weekends to a cause she believes in, like supporting the homeless. These acts, rooted in your character, bring a fulfillment that no title or external validation can match. No amount of worldly status can confer the genuine worth that springs from your inner light, so let it shine radiantly, illuminating your path and inspiring those around you. By judging your worth through the lens of your character, you free yourself from the tyranny of external expectations and step into a life of authentic, unshakable confidence. Finally, Stoicism teaches us to approach material pleasures with a balanced perspective, enjoying them without becoming dependent on them or letting them define our sense of self. Take a moment to reflect on the luxuries and comforts in your life: via spacious home, a luxury car, designer clothes, or exotic vacations. There's nothing inherently wrong with these blessings when they're available. And Stoicism doesn't advocate for a life of deprivation, but it does caution against taking these things for granted or assuming they'll be permanent fixtures in your life. The wheel of fortune turns, as the Stoics often reminded us, and material goods are transient today, gone tomorrow. Instead of seeking happiness in possessions or status symbols, cultivate the ability to find joy in life's simple, enduring pleasures: a walk in nature, a heartfelt conversation with a loved one, a home-cooked meal shared with family. These experiences bring deeper, more lasting satisfaction than any material good ever could. Imagine someone who lives surrounded by luxury, fancy cars, a sprawling mansion, endless shopping sprees, but still feels empty and dissatisfied, always chasing the next purchase to fill the void. Now picture a woman who finds joy in the small, meaningful moments: a quiet evening with her children, a sunrise hike, a good book by the fireplace. She may enjoy luxuries when they come her way, but she doesn't let them define her happiness. Detaching from material possessions doesn't mean rejecting life's pleasures. It's about finding balance between enjoyment and attachment. Enjoy the good things life offers, but don't let them control you or become the measure of your worth. Use wealth and leisure as tools for growth and contribution, not as status symbols or sources of fleeting pleasure. Perhaps you use your resources to support a cause you care about, like funding a scholarship for underprivileged students, or to create meaningful experiences, like taking your family on a trip that fosters connection rather than extravagance. Stoicism encourages you to promote social justice, sustainability, and a common good with whatever resources you have, always remaining humble in the process. As Seneca wrote, "Riches do not free the spirit, but bind it with new chains." For him, the unbridled pursuit of wealth was a source of stress, anxiety, and mental slavery, whereas true happiness came from satisfying basic needs and cultivating values like temperance, generosity, and justice. True wealth, Seneca believed, lies not in material possessions, but in virtue, wisdom, and inner peace. In one of his works, he writes, "True wealth consists in not needing more." Maintain this perspective even in the midst of privilege. Humbly appreciate comforts when they're available, but let go of attachment to them. By seeing luxuries for what they are, temporary tools rather than the essence of your happiness, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters: building strong relationships, pursuing your passions, and contributing to the world in meaningful ways. Stoicism offers a timeless guide for women to face life's challenges with grace, determination, and authenticity. empowering you to become the best version of yourself while inspiring those around you. These 10 lessons: leading by example, fulfilling your roles with presence, serving others, persevering through adversity, appreciating simple pleasures, reflecting on yourself, living in the present, avoiding gossip, judging your worth by character, and seeing luxuries for what they provide a roadmap to a life of purpose, resilience, and empowerment. By cultivating the Stoic virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, you not only transform your own life, but also become a beacon of light for others, showing them what it means to live with integrity and intention. Let's recap the journey we've taken together. First, we explored how leading by example allows you to influence others through the power of your actions, embodying the virtues you hold dear. Then, we discussed the importance of fulfilling your roles with presence and wisdom, finding meaning in the everyday duties that shape your life. We talked about serving others, aligning your purpose with the greater good, and finding joy in uplifting those around you. We delved into persevering through adversity, turning challenges into opportunities for growth and resilience. We reflected on appreciating the simple pleasures, grounding your happiness in what truly matters, and practicing gratitude for life's daily blessings. We emphasized the value of self-reflection, fostering growth through compassionate self-awareness, and living in the present, letting go of the past and future to fully embrace each moment. We addressed the importance of avoiding gossip and pettiness, rising above drama with grace and maturity, and judging your worth by your character, not external validation. Finally, we examined the role of luxuries, learning to enjoy them without attachment and focusing on the deeper sources of fulfillment in life. As a Stoic woman, you're called to cultivate virtue, embrace impermanence, and seek authenticity in every step you take. This philosophy isn't about perfection, it's about progress, about showing up each day with the intention to live in alignment with your values, to grow through challenges, and to make a positive impact on the world around you. Whether you're navigating a tough day at work, nurturing your relationships, or pursuing your dreams, Stoicism offers you the tools to do so with strength, clarity, and grace. You become a woman who doesn't just survive life's storms, thrives through them, emerging stronger, wiser, and more compassionate with each trial. If any of these Stoic lessons resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Maybe there's a particular lesson that spoke to you, or a way you're already applying Stoic principles in your life. I'm excited to read your reflections and continue this journey together. Thank you for joining me today. It's been an honor to explore this ancient wisdom with you. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and let's keep walking the path of Stoic wisdom together. Until next time, stay strong, stay wise, and I'll see you soon.